Hi, and welcome to another edition, another episode of Soaring to Success. Today, we're going to discuss how to interact with your customers, clients, patients, whatever you call those people who come and pay you for your service or product. One thing that I always found important is, first of all, to be real. To be authentic. That's an overused word because you could be an authentic jerk, right? So you want to be kind, caring. You want to listen to we'll call them customers, okay, or client. You want to be kind and caring and listen to them. Remember, customer service is what really makes a business successful. That's why on all the internet sites, on all the e-commerce sites, they have ratings for whether you're a contractor or a consultant, whether you sell a product or a service, there's always a rating. And part of that, a major portion of that, is customer service and how you took care of people. One of the things that I did in my companies is make a concerted effort to remember people's names. Now, in e-commerce, it's a different thing, but in bricks and mortar or service, if you can remember people's names, it really adds texture to it. The person thinks that they're very important, and to you, they are important. So I made that effort in my consulting business and in Four Eyes, and when people came into the store or my office, I always said, Steve, how you doing? Sally, how you doing? Sarah, Jill, whatever the case is. And they appreciated that. And I notated that and I worked at that to make sure that I always knew who they were and recognized them as such. Also, as you listen to them, as you work with them, you will learn what their sort of idiosyncrasies are, what their feelings are towards you, the product, and you speak with them and communicate with them in ways that they can relate to. So if they speak fast, you may want to speak fast or faster. If they're speaking too fast, you can speak with them in a fast manner and then begin to slow the pace. You mimic and match them. If they walk slowly and you're walking around the place, you're going to walk slowly. You're not going to pull them on a leash. You're not going to make them walk faster. You're going to mimic and match them. You're going to ask them open-ended questions. Tell me more about what you're looking for. Everybody knows that when someone walks into a retail store, the first question that's asked is, can I help you? Well, we never did that. One of the things that we did, because you always know the answer, 99% of the time it's, no, I'm just looking. What we would say is, hi, how are you? Is this your first time here? And if they would say yes, we would tell them the philosophy behind the business. If they say no, I've been here before, when was the last time? So you're finding out their not only the date, but possibly the season. Okay. So if somebody says, well, I was here 3 weeks ago, well, let me show you what's come in the last 3 weeks. Or I was here in the winter. Well, let me show you the spring stuff that's coming. So you get an idea of the full story of the person, or at least as full as you can get, right? So you also want to understand if they are short, curt, blunt, and to the point, if they have some sort of a dominant behavior, you want to respond in those sort of bullets. If they're detail-oriented, you want to give them the details. If they're affable and joking around and more of a person that's chatty, you want to do that with them. Or if they're a little more concerned, organized, but at the same time they chat with you, but not in a sort of a superficial way, but in a deeper way. You want to do that. You want to make sure that they can relate to you. When they leave the store or your office, you want them to think, boy, that person was great. They're really like me. They're a lot like me. So when you form that, when a person thinks that, you're forming a bond. And that person is going to say, I just went to see Dan. I was at his store. Such a nice guy. I really related to him well. I think you should go there. And when you do that, you're building up that client base. You're getting those little stars that you see on e-commerce sites. You're getting approval ratings. And when you also answer their questions directly, if you're in sales, you know this. You answer them directly. You give them the information they're looking for in whatever fashion I just laid out. Or if you don't know it, don't try to fool them. Say, I really don't have that answer, but I'll find out for you. How can I get back to you? Or if you hold, I'll call the office. I'll get the answer for you. One of those ways will give the person the information they need. Either you do it immediately or you get back to them. So be cognizant of the person's behavior, of their motivation. You want to find out why they want what you're selling, what it is, what they're going to use it for. Get as much information as possible. Tell me more. Can you go a little deeper? I understand what you're saying. If you could get this, how would it make you feel? Because people buy emotionally, not rationally. Eventually they get to the rational side, but people generally buy emotionally. Now, once in a while, you'll run into somebody who's completely off the charts. I mean, they do things that you can't satisfy them. And I think in all the years I've been in sales, I've had two people. And I'm talking about, I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but maybe 1 million customers, probably so, with 4 eyes and so forth, from around the country. It's a very rare occasion, but if you can't satisfy that person, you can't. You can try to do as much as possible, but it's so rare. It's worth going the extra mile, even to the point where you may not make money, you may even lose a little money. But that person could be your best advocate going forward and eventually make you a nice profit. Look at people as what they're worth over the course of a lifetime. There's actually a statistic for that, customer lifetime value. And if someone comes in every year and buys something for $100 and they come in for 30 years, that's a $3,000 customer. If they come in every 6 months, if they come in every week, it depends what you're selling. Obviously, if you're selling food, it may be every other day. But if you're selling televisions or you're selling cameras or you're selling furniture, it may be every few years or once a decade. But there is a lifetime customer value that you have to think about. Treat your people, this is trite, I know it sounds trite, but treat your people the way you would want to be treated. And again, look at them in a way, look at your customers or clients in a way that gives you, ask them the questions, that gives you the information as to how they want you to communicate with them. Ask the questions. Dig deeper. What can I help you? What is it that you're looking for? Why do you want to buy this thing as opposed to that thing? Let me give you some information about the two. But first you got to find out the answers to those questions. And you also have to make sure that you understand their behavior. Make sure you understand their value system. When you put in the value system with the behavior and their body language is very important. Their tone of voice is very important. You want to mimic and match them. Once you put all that together, you're dealing with this person's personality. People buy from people they like. Who do they like the most? Themselves. So be like them, and your chances of having happy customers, happy clients, happy patients, and a profitable business are likely to skyrocket. As long as you stay with that and humble yourself, because it's not about you, it's about them. You should be fine. This has been another episode of Soaring to Success. I hope you learned something here, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.